Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. This is a very special videocast of Nintendo Talks brought to you by Life of Gaming. My name is Jamie, and I'll be your captain on this cruise of video game awesomeness. And to my right, you all remember Bremy. He is here to talk Nintendo. Are you ready to talk Nintendo, sir?
I'm always ready to talk about Nintendo.
Well, something very special happened this week. We had the final Super Smash Bros. Direct for Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. And it was about 33 minutes. People were expecting big things. Some people were very happy. Some people were very disappointed. Now, I was actually on it started off and I was a little disappointed. And then I got really happy by the end. What about you? Just a very general. What did you think?
I was kind of, not since we're going to talk about it later. The beginning was all right. It was all right at the beginning.
Okay.
And then, as much as I haven't played the final DLC characters game yet.
Okay.
So, I like her moveset.
Yeah.
She looks like a really cool, unique character. So.
Cool. Well, I guess we'll just start off and just go in order. When the Smash Direct opened, it opened with the Smash symbol showing up and a new character approaching. And it was something I wasn't expecting. It's a new character from Fire Emblem Fates. That's the new one, right? Fire Emblem Fates.
Yeah.
And it's Corrin, who is the new character, which can be a boy or a girl, and that's going to be the main character in Fire Emblem Fates. And for me, I haven't been following it, and I thought, are they spoiling something in this story? Because from the moveset, they explained where Corrin comes from. They pretty much explained the general lines of the story. And they said, oh, by the way, Corrin's got dragon blood in him or her, and you could just morph into a dragon. And I was like, wow, is that like a major plot spoiler? Because I had no idea that was happening in Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I had no idea either. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But they could have spoiled some things. But
right.
I'm getting which one's the one that Birthright? I think I'm getting Birthright.
Okay, yes.
That's
right.
that's like the light side, or I think I'm getting both anyway. So
yeah, and Matt, I wish Matt could be here tonight. He was unable to come tonight, but he is a big Fire Emblem fan. He is super excited about it. And now I enjoy Fire Emblem. I played through. I didn't finish Awakening. I borrowed that from Matt. I got to finish it and get it back to him. And I enjoyed it. But there are, let's see, how many Fire Emblem characters now? Because we got two versions of Robin, right? We've got Lucina, we've got Marth, we've got Roy. Do we have anybody else?
Ike.
We got Ike, 5. So then we got boy and girl of this. So that means 7 Fire Emblem characters in one game.
Well, if you count Robin, they're both costumes technically.
True, but didn't they say that the one has a slightly longer sword and a little bit faster?
No.
Or is it just okay?
No, they're exactly identical.
Got it. But even then, it's the roster's pretty big. And honestly, the Mario universe is obviously going to have the biggest impact. But Fire Emblem seems to be the second biggest roster, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. There's a lot of Zelda on there too.
I know there's 6 Pokemon because because that's how many Pokemon you can have in your thing in your possession in the game. So that makes sense, and it's actually really cool how they kind of did that.
Well, let's see. There's Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Charizard,
Lucario,
Mewtwo.
Charizard. Wait, did you say Charizard?
I said Charizard, yep.
Okay, so Pikachu, Charizard, Lucario, Mewtwo, Jigglypuff. There's one more.
See, I'm not a big Pokemon person. I really enjoy Pokemon games, but in Smash, I never use the Pokemon characters.
I know there's one more. I'm blanking.
We said Pikachu, right?
Yes.
Well, that's okay. Because I know in the other game, in the previous game, they had Bulbasaur and Squirtle and Charmander all as one character.
Yeah, those are,
Right. But, were you excited to see Corrin as a character?
Initially, not really. I think everybody's like that, where it's like, oh, good, another sword fighter plus another Fire Emblem character.
Right.
But he looks like Corrin looks pretty interesting to play.
Yes.
With the whole turning into a dragon kind of thing. So
I wouldn't expect that at all. When it started, I'm like, oh, another Fire Emblem character. But like you said, the moveset is very unique. I don't think there's another character like that has the, like, you have the quickness of being a sword fighter, but then you have like the heavier moveset from being a dragon.
From what I saw too, he's faster than Roy, I believe. So that would make him the fastest Fire Emblem character.
Wow.
So
cool. Now, and they did say with Corrin, the other two characters that we're going to talk about, they come with their own stage. Corrin does not get his or her own stage, but they have additional music getting added to the game. So,
okay.
So I mean, that's something.
That makes sense. They already have a Fire Emblem stage, so...
Right.
Two of them.
The second character they moved into is when we actually found out about... Man, when was that?
November sometime.
The last November Nintendo Direct we talked about.
Yeah.
And that is Cloud from Final Fantasy, which just totally blows my mind, because why would they have Cloud from Final Fantasy? Because Final Fantasy VII, which Cloud is known for, has never been on a Nintendo platform. It is a PlayStation thing.
Yeah, and I guess it's because he's the most popular Final Fantasy character. I mean,
that's true.
It doesn't make sense to why he would be in Smash, but it makes if you think of it, if you think of what Smash has kind of been, it's a celebration of games. Like games of all different kind, because Pac-Man's in there, Sonic's in there. I mean, if you asked anybody 10, 15 years ago, if you told them Sonic's going to be in a Nintendo game, a Nintendo console, they would not even believe you, because that was the Nintendo Genesis does what Nintendo.
They just think you're crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know a lot of people were like, "Well, what about a Black Mage?" I know that was one.
Oh, okay.
What about Tidus or Terra? Terra would make more sense, or Cecil from 4.
Right, but Cloud's the most popular.
Yeah. Cloud is definitely... They helped start kind of the JRPG genre, so...
Yeah, that's true.
What I don't like is the logo that they put, for all the characters down by their percentages.
It's an FF.
Yeah. It's FF. Yeah. They could have just put the meteor from Final Fantasy VII like in the background.
Right.
You could have just put that. I don't understand why they didn't do that.
I didn't get that either. That was really weird. And one thing they did with all these characters... it was 33 minutes, and they kind of spent like 10 minutes on each character is pretty much what they did. And he went through every single move for every single character, which to me felt like a little bit of overkill, especially on Cloud, because during the Direct, there were already so many videos breaking down Cloud's trailer, telling you what the moves were, because you could pretty much, if you knew Final Fantasy VII, you knew what the moves were.
Yeah, so, that's that's pretty much how it is playing them.
Right.
Did you get to play them at all yet?
Not yet. Not Cloud. That's another thing. Cloud went on sale not immediately after the Direct, but I think it was like an hour later. Yeah,
it was like an hour or 2 hours later, and then the servers crashed, and then like 30 minutes later, that's when you were able to get them.
Of course, yeah. So that was a mess, but it happens every time there's new DLC. I think it happened when WiiU came out and all that stuff.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
If you're looking at this, all these characters, it's crazy, because we got Ryu in it, we've got now we got Cloud in it, and just these, and Pac-Man and Mega Man and all these non-Nintendo characters in this game. Like this, you're right. This is a celebration of video games. It's not just Nintendo anymore.
Exactly, and I really like it that way. I mean, I wouldn't want Sony specific characters. Like I wouldn't want Nathan Drake in it. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
But Snake would be fine. I was kind of hoping.
Although Konami was having,
Yeah,
fits.
That's true. That's most likely the reason why Snake wasn't in this one too. Was Konami. But honestly, part of me, like a little part of me, wanted the final character to be Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of the like stab at Sony, because they couldn't get Cloud in PlayStation All-Stars.
Yeah.
But then they also couldn't get Crash Bandicoot because he's owned by Activision at that point. But Activision and Nintendo really aren't on the best terms. Yeah. So,
well, see, another one that people were really hoping for, Banjo-Kazooie. Because even Phil Spencer said, you can have them, go for it. Like, they were gonna, at least that's what they said. Now I know it was more up to Rare and probably some licensing issues, but Banjo-Kazooie would have been great. But what they went with, which I was totally shocked by, Bayonetta from Platinum Games, which is awesome. I was actually, my vote, when I voted for Wonder Red from Wonderful 101. I thought that would be a great addition to the game. But we still get that Platinum love with Bayonetta. Now, now you said you haven't played Bayonetta yet.
Nope.
Bayonetta is so good. Like, if you like those fast action platform games like, Devil May Cry and things like that, you will absolutely adore Bayonetta. If you haven't played it yet, you have a Wii U, go buy the dual pack. I think you can get it used for like $30. But you get Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2. I actually never played Bayonetta until they announced Bayonetta 2 and it came in that 2-pack. I'm like, well, it's a great time to hop on. And I didn't realize how popular Bayonetta was. So maybe this really means you get a Bayonetta 3. I would be so overjoyed if we got Bayonetta 3. That would be awesome.
Yeah, Bayonetta is like one of those games. My roommate had it, and he liked it, but it was one of those niche games, like I'd say like Psychonauts level.
Okay.
Where it was great, but it didn't sell, kind of thing, because it was kind of crazy. From what I watched of him playing it, dude, I mean, you're a witch killing both angels and demons.
It's so over the top. I mean, it's just it's action heavy. It's crazy, but oh my gosh, it's so good. You have no idea, dude. It's just like this crazy action adventure ride, and you just hold on with all you got, man. It's so good. I'll have to let you borrow it sometime. It's a good game.
Okay,
but the moveset was really cool.
She looks really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
She really does.
And they have the Bayonetta 1 costume and the Bayonetta 2 costume. And the guns change on her feet depending on which costume you choose. Like, the detail they put into these characters is really, really awesome.
Yes, that's what I've always liked about Nintendo is their level of detail is just unmatched. I mean, Mario Kart 8, as I look at my thing seeing it, that just has so much detail in it. I was blown away.
Right.
A game where you're speeding by everything just has so much detail. And the same thing with Smash, like every taunt, every move, they fight how you think they would fight.
Right.
That's the best part about it.
And they get them all balanced together, which is just, it's crazy.
Like even Bayonetta's, what is it called? Like the Bullet Witch Time?
Oh yeah, Witch Time. Yep.
Is it just called Witch Time?
Yep.
Okay. Like, that's even in the game, and it looks overpowered.
It looks so good. But speaking of the great, characters and art style, one thing they've done with every single character, they have these special posters they make. The new challenger pictures or whatever. And we were talking just beforehand. My background on my phone is the new Bayonetta Smash photo, and you've got the Cloud photo on yours. And this artwork is so good. I mean, it's awesome. Like, and if you look at the detail of the Bayonetta picture, the Smash symbol at the top, in the top corner of the picture, it's actually it's the moon, but with like the crumbling watchtower in it. Like, it's just the detail. Like it's so awesome. And it also cracks me up how they put the villager with the axe on like the bad side.
Yeah. That, like, it's made by the creators themselves. I know the Cloud one is made by Tetsuya Nomura, who is actually doing the Cloud remake, and everybody would know him from the Kingdom Hearts series.
Yeah.
And the other one, I don't know his name. The Corrin one was made by the art director of Final Fantasy, Awakening, and Fates, and then the Bayonetta one was made by the concept artist of Bayonetta. So
cool. Yeah, and they look so good, and it's great. I would love to have them as posters behind me. That would just be, it's awesome.
Oh yeah, I would fill all of them.
Do you remember? I think it was with Club Nintendo, and I have the character posters when that character poster set came out. I have all of those. I just haven't hung them yet. I've got them actually in a pile over there, but I just need to. They're in the rolls still. I gotta hang them. But I
just want the Shulk one. The Shulk one looks awesome.
Artwork is so good. I absolutely love it. But before we get into a little more detail on that, well, first of all, I hope it means Bayonetta 3. Because if Bayonetta is this popular, because Bayonetta, they said, won the ballot. All that voting that happened, they said Bayonetta was number 1 in the UK, and they didn't say where, they said in the top 5 in the US. And it was the most plausible character they could get.
which I love that that quote that he put. He's just like, it's the most plausible one, like it's the most realistic one in terms. So that makes me think, oh, people probably put Shrek or Goku in this,
right?
And then like we know, I know Shovel Knight technically was first. A lot of people wanted Shovel Knight,
yes,
but
and see,
I can see why they didn't put him in there.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's so weird. If you look at the signs, they all point to Shovel Knight being in Smash. Because he's got his own amiibo already set. I think it's already come out in the UK, right? So he's got his own amiibo all ready to go. And everybody wanted Shovel Knight. Because Shovel Knight has kind of, even though it's on all platforms, it started as a Nintendo game. It started on Wii U and 3DS. That was where they wanted to be. And then they brought it over to other systems later and added new content. Yeah. But, man, I would have loved Shovel Knight. I honestly 100% thought Shovel Knight was going to be in it for sure, because Nintendo's really big on the indie scene right now, and they really want to represent all these different indies, and it just felt like a perfect fit. So I'm actually very surprised they didn't. I don't know. I think there was maybe some licensing issues, or I have no idea what would cause them to not put Shovel Knight in the game.
Well, Yacht Club said that they would be willing to put. I guess they just didn't ask. I mean. It is a celebration of video games, and Shovel Knight's still very new.
Yeah.
So I could see why. I mean, I could see why it's kind of a flip coin toss, and then Shovel Knight just lost that toss. But I mean, I'm okay with him not being in it. Yeah. At least not in this one. I love Shovel Knight. I love the game, but Shovel Knight or Bayonetta. I mean, I would choose Bayonetta over Shovel Knight, and
sure.
Over any time, because she's really interesting as a character, like as a fighting character. Mm-hmm. So while Shovel Knight just kind of has a shovel,
right? And, I mean, and other ones people thought King K. Rool was going to be in it for sure. Yeah. People thought the Inklings from Splatoon would be in it. Some people even thought they'd bring the Ice Climbers back. I mean, there was just so much, or Snake, like we talked about that before.
Yeah.
I guess before we get into some more detail of what they talked about at the end of the Direct, because they did say this was the final Smash Direct, they said even when they announced Bayonetta, they said this is the last DLC character, we are done.
Yeah.
All those ballots they took, all that information, all the who people want. Do you think this is going to influence the NX version of Smash Brothers, which I know is pretty far away, but do you think things like Splatoon will be in there, the Inklings? Do you think like Shovel Knight? Do you think they'll have any kind of indie scene in Smash Brothers?
Yes, definitely. I mean the one character, like there's only a few handful of characters that are from this generation of consoles, and that's even if you count the 3DS being in technically this generation, because it was in both generations.
Yeah,
technically, but sure. Like Lucina and now Corrin are the only characters that at least I can think of that are new to this generation. Like 100% new to this generation.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking they probably lag a generation. So Shovel Knight could be in the next one. Inklings could be in the next one. So we could have Gino, not be a costume this time. So hopefully, here's hoping.
Yes, and that's another thing I didn't talk about. One of the big things they announced, here's all the costumes. Boom. They see like this waterfall, this flood of costumes. And, I mean, it was pretty much characters people wanted, but they didn't turn into a full character. So we got Gino from Super Mario RPG, which was awesome. But we also got Sonic and Knuckles. Or not Sonic and Knuckles, but Tails and Knuckles from Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm trying to think, what else was in there? Because there were a lot of costumes they showed off.
There was a Ashley from WarioWare. I know that.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yes.
There's one from a Japan only game. I know that, but I can't really remember them either. I mean, I'm only going to get the Gino one. So
yeah, I will too, because that's awesome. And one thing,
support it.
Right. I mean, it had like Chocobo hat and some other Final Fantasy stuff. Chocobo. Did they have any other Final Fantasy costumes? I don't think they did.
I don't think they did.
One thing they talked about, they said if you want your Mii fighter to look just like the character, you can go to this website. And they got like an RFID you can scan, or a code you can put in, and you can get that amiibo to look exactly like that. So when you put the costume on them, they look just like the character.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Because some people were like, "Oh, I made this me. I'm going to put him in this costume, but he doesn't look right." So
Yeah.
Nintendo kind of said, "Well, now you can make him at least look closer." So it gives you that option.
As close as you can get them. I mean, the Splatoon ones that they made still creep me out to this day. But
yeah.
I mean,
Now, I
you
still
can't.
bought the Splatoon costume because I'm like, I have to. I mean, I love Splatoon. It's great.
I mean, I'm sure it looks good on other characters, but the ones that they made are kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean, they did that weird black thing around their eyes. Like, they took shortcuts, and but what can you do?
Yeah, it's weird.
Right. Well, real quick, because it was the final Smash Direct, they said, we're going to let you know what all went into this game. Because they've been working on this game for a long time. Yeah. First, they said no DLC character was started until after the full game was finished. Because if you remember Mewtwo, if you bought the Wii U and 3DS version, you got Mewtwo for free. So you got to, register that and get that code. But it took them over 6 months to get from the announcement to him actually coming out. So you knew he wasn't just finished already. They had to build him from the ground up to fit the new mechanics, because the mechanics did change a little bit. But one thing they said on my trusty piece of paper here, in total, Smash Brothers had 58 playable characters, which is a lot. 84 stages, 99 Mii Fighter costumes, 97 Mii Fighter hats, 743 Wii U trophies, 707 3DS trophies, and 507 music tracks, which I think they said was a record for a fighting game.
Yeah.
That's 507 tracks. That's a lot of music.
How many games have more fighters than
58?
Than that too. Than that too. I know there's not a whole lot. I don't think Ultra Street Fighter 4 had that many. It probably got close.
Now, wasn't there like a Marvel vs. Capcom game, I think, that had a lot of fighters?
I think that's 2.
Okay.
2 had a lot. I know that. 3 had a sizable amount, especially with like Ultimate coming out. That came out, that added like, Strider and Phoenix Wright and all that. But
right.
But I think Marvel vs. Capcom 2 has it beat. But I know there's not a whole lot.
Right.
And someone can argue about, what about Dr. Mario and Lucina and Dark Pit? Well, they do play differently.
Yes. A little bit faster. And that's the other thing. There's 58 playable characters, and they're all, at least what I feel, perfectly balanced. Like, for a while there, Diddy Kong was overpowered, but I mean, they patched it. So I feel like this game is so well balanced that you can pick almost any character, and it's great. It's so good.
Yeah. I know in the tournament scene there are 3 characters. I can only know 2 of them. Dr. Mario and Samus are typically the ones that no one play as and is considered the lowest of the low.
And why is that?
And then, it's just like percentage-wise, like how much percentage damage do they get and how much knockback. It's how you play, because Mario is actually very high up the tier list.
Okay.
But Dr. Mario isn't. So it's how the characters are balanced out. Like, I'm not 100% sure. Samus is really slow, and all the tiers go. It's like the slower characters are typically on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then the faster characters. I know Sheik is the number 1 character right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's by a mile. Sheik is balanced very well. Don't get me wrong, but you get a person who knows how to play Sheik really well. You can't. It's almost impossible.
It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
So I mean, I guess on the tournament scene, since you're playing in that, are people still playing Melee more, or is it people starting to shift over to Wii U, especially with the Wii U using GameCube controls?
Yeah, it's starting to shift. It's really starting to shift. There's still a lot more Melee players.
Okay.
And that scene, I don't think it's going to die anytime soon. But they're starting with Brawl that. They just kind of kick that to the side. No one respects Brawl players, pretty much.
Right.
And Project M kind of helped with, which if no one knows what Project M is, it's a fan-made mod to Brawl to make it more like Melee.
Right.
And they just took characters, like they split up Squirtle, they split up Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard into their 3. They brought over Mewtwo in. They brought over Roy in. They did a whole bunch of stuff. that had its own great reception, and a lot of players play it, but that ended. Like, they're not doing any more patches to it.
Huh. Yeah, did they say they're taking it offline too, or are they keeping it up?
They're keeping it up to download.
Okay.
The most recent one there is up for download.
Huh. Well,
but they're just not working on it anymore. There's no more patches. It's final.
Got it.
So it's completely Melee now. But
yeah. Cool. Then that's actually really cool.
Smash 4 is starting. It's still new. Melee was very new even 5 years after its release. It was still very new.
Cool. And with tournaments, I'm assuming most people use GameCube controllers. I mean, does anyone switch over to the Pro controller or anything like that, or is it just mainly just GameCube?
The tournaments that I played at, they frown upon using either the gamepad or the Pro controllers or any other means, or 3DS, mainly because of connection issues.
Oh yeah, because not wired.
Like,
okay.
You have to sync it. You really have to sync it up, and that takes a while. And then with the 3DS can sometimes crash and knock you out of the game.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I forgot you can use the 3DS to play the Wii U game too.
Yeah,
I totally forgot that was a feature.
Yeah, some people like that, and then it just makes the game longer than just plugging in a GameCube controller.
Gotcha.
But sometimes they'll have a Pro controller already synced, and they'll tell you have to use this one. Sorry, no using anyone. You can, if you want to use a Pro controller, it's right here for you.
Well, that's cool.
And they're typically really bad. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, to get back into our Smash thing real quick, talking about character balancing and things like that. One thing people love about Smash Brothers. What started with Smash Brothers? Amiibo. Everyone loves Amiibo, and honestly, I was done. I was like, I'm not buying any more Amiibo. They show up Bayonetta. I'm like, well, I'm buying at least one more Amiibo. They said that in March 18th, here in America, we're going to get Ryu and Roy. We're going to get those Amiibo. As well as the Famicom Rob. I didn't know that was one that was highly desired in America, but apparently, I know people have been importing it, a lot of those Amiibo hunters. And they said in February, that's when we're supposed to be getting Bayonetta, and when we're supposed to be getting Corrin is in February. They didn't say when, they just said a tentative February date, which means we will probably get their Amiibo. Let's see, when did we get Ryu?
We haven't gotten Ryu yet.
No, not the Amiibo, but the actual downloadable content.
Oh, we got Ryu and Roy.
That was like
E3.
Yeah, that was okay. So that was in June then. So it took from June to March to get them. So it's probably going to be fall maybe before we even get Bayonetta Amiibo. It's going to be a while.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a while. I mean,
yeah, but I don't know if you can see behind me. I got my nice little Amiibo set up there. So I've got quite a few. I mean, I'm not buying all of them. I'm just buying the series that I really like. So Bayonetta is absolutely going up there. I'll probably get Lucas too when he comes out. So.
I want Lucas. I've been doing the same thing. I just begin the characters I really care about, like say Link, Toon Link. I got the Yarn Yoshi, the blue yarn Yoshi because it's adorable.
Yeah, I've got my green Yarn Yoshi back there. So
they're really cool. Like,
yes,
they're really well made too.
Yeah, and even if you don't use Amiibo, because honestly, a lot of those Amiibo back there, I probably activated once in Smash Brothers and never used them again. I mean, I put them in Yoshi's Woolly World to get some costumes, in Mario Kart and get some outfits and stuff, but I just like them because they're cool statues. I mean, that's what I'm using them for.
That's what I use them for too. They're just really cool to have. I'm pretty much done too. I'm like you. I'm probably gonna get Lucas and Roy.
Okay.
And then
Cloud?
probably I'm gonna try to get Cloud.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get Cloud.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
It's gonna be hard. You probably have to pre-order that one. But
and I got the Wolf Link Amiibo.
Oh, coming. I do too. I forgot about. I do have that coming as well because I love Twilight Princess. But to get back on track with Smash Brothers here. Now that Smash Brothers is officially done, because there's no more DLC, what you have, I mean, this is it. Yeah. This generation has been very interesting for Smash Brothers because this is the first time they've really done DLC, and they've been very good about it. They've been very consistent with it. They made sure it was good DLC before they ever released it. They had great directs, announcing what's coming. They had ballots, which is new for them. I guess now that all is said and done, do you think, I mean, especially with you being on the tournament side, do you think this is the best Smash Brothers to date?
Yes. It is definitely the best Smash Brothers to date. It's perfect speed. I mean, Melee is great. Mm-hmm. I mean, I played a ton of Melee. Never tournament. I'm not that good. I can't input that fast. But yeah, it's definitely the best Smash.
Okay.
Like Melee is a broken game, and I know I'm not the only. I'm not the first person. I'm not the only person to say that. The reason it's so well loved in the tournament community is because they constantly break the game to play the game.
Okay.
Which is, I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying it's that fast because they're breaking the game. But and then the balance is just there in four in Smash for Wii U. Like in Melee, you have 7 characters that are great. The rest are kind of not good at all.
Gotcha.
While in Smash 4, you have 58. You have 58 characters.
That's quite a bit.
You have 58 characters that can win at any point in time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no defined character that says that's going to win. Maybe Diddy at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But now that they patched everything, there's not one character that you can say that character's going to win no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think this is really the best Smash Brothers. Also, I think that they've learned a lot. And whenever NX Smash Brothers comes out, because I'm assuming it's inevitable.
Yeah, it's going to
be. I wonder if they're going to hold back on this one, because if you remember when the Wii U first came out, the Smash Bros. For Wii U, they said this will not be as big as Brawl. We're not going to do nearly as many characters. We want a much more tight, compact game, and that's what we got. But now look at it. I mean, it's. I'm pretty sure it's the biggest Smash Brothers to date, character-wise, stage-wise, and everything. And so they took this very solid foundation they had at the beginning, and they just expanded it. They watered it, and they helped it grow, and it turned into something really special.
Yeah, and I know Sakurai really didn't enjoy the fact that he had to make another one. Like, he literally about died making Smash 4.
Right.
So, like, I think he's kind of come around a bit. He knows that he makes this game possible. He knows that he makes this game the best that it's going to be.
Right.
And he's okay with it now. He's come to terms with it.
I mean, he's even said he's done. He said it multiple times before. He's like, I'm done with Smash. I'm not going to make any more. I'm totally done making these games. But then he also said, I don't want to put it in anybody else's hands. I'm afraid they won't be able to keep it up to the standard that I put it to. And I mean, he's done a great job keeping it up to standard. So I think if they make another one and he isn't the lead on it, he'll probably be like an overseer and kind of, direct the team on what to do. But
like a Miyamoto.
Right. It's true. Like with Miyamoto, he's kind of stepping back, let the younger team make games. I mean, that's what we got Splatoon. Yes. That was the new young team. That's what they came up with. So,
and what a first game.
Right. I mean, and if you didn't watch our Game of the Year episode, make sure to go listen to that on iTunes, because Splatoon, spoiler alert, was the Life of Gaming Game of the Year. But so check that out. But all I know, especially from this final Smash Direct, Smash has been awesome this generation. The Wii U didn't really succeed sales-wise, but this is by far the best Smash. They've learned a lot from it, and I think it's going to be a great future for Smash Brothers.
It is. This game has a lot of potential still, even in the tournament scene. It's
right.
Did they say they were going to patch it still?
They said there were no more DLC characters. That's all they said.
Okay. So yeah, there'll probably be some patches, like if they screw up and actually accidentally make Diddy invincible again,
right,
like they used to, like what happened. They'll patch that out and trying to make everybody relatively balanced,
right,
as much as they can.
Quick question on the tournament thing again. So when you play in tournaments, they make sure the Wii U has downloaded the newest version with all the newest characters and it's all patched. Okay, I was just curious. I didn't know if it had to be like the standard game without any DLC or if it was okay. I was just curious. I had no idea.
That's like the biggest thing. If the patch has come out with a significant amount of time for people to practice on it, then they'll use that. They'll use the newest one. Like I know if Cloud came out on Tuesday, like he did, he would be available to use that patch, and Cloud will be able to use on Saturday.
Got it. Okay.
Because that's enough. Even though Cloud's not, in my opinion, not really the best tournament wise.
Yeah.
Like I like using him. He's really good, but there's a lot of things that like you really have to learn about him. He's really hard to combo with, and you can easily gimp him, which gimping is getting him to do what you want to do and then making him look like a fool.
Right.
Like with his limit break, you can easily get him to use the limit break and just dodge and then easily punish him for it. So
cool. Well, is there anything else you want to add before we get out of here tonight?
No. I mean, that Smash Direct was really good. I mean, some people were upset with Corrin, but Sakurai has said that no character he made takes like a spot over somebody else.
Right.
So basically, if we didn't get Corrin, we wouldn't have gotten anybody else. So I'm okay with Corrin, even though it's another sword fighter, another Fire Emblem character. I'm okay with it. 58 characters, I'll deal with it.
Right. So I guess a final note, how would you rate this Direct 1 to 10, 10 being the best? I would say maybe an 8, 8.5.
I would say an 8 too.
Yeah.
What would take it to the top would be Gino actually being a character.
Right.
And then above the top to like a 12 would be Banjo-Kazooie. But since those two didn't happen, one didn't happen and one sort of happened.
Right.
It's an 8.
Yeah. It sounds good. And I mean, I agree, because for me, I like I said, I'm not a big Fire Emblem person, so Corrin, I'm like, that's cool, but and then Cloud, I'm not a big Final Fantasy person, but when they show Bayonetta, it's just like my overall feeling for the Direct went way up. So, but it was a good one overall. But man, Brimmy, thanks for joining me tonight. Hopefully all of you out there have enjoyed listening to our ramblings on the final Smash Direct. Make sure to check out Life of Gaming. We are on iTunes every week. We're also on SoundCloud and the Microsoft MP3 store. You can find us on Facebook at Life Gaming Podcast. We're on Twitter at Life of Gaming Pod. Make sure to check out our website, which is listed down below, lifeofgaming.net. We put all our content in there. You can find me, my name above my head, at JamesPlus12 on Twitter. And Bremy, where can people find you, sir?
At Bremy35 on Twitter.
Awesome. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. And until next time, guys, we are out.
See ya.